And we're back to the Buko Boys.
Hey, that's us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Dale.
And I'm DVO.
And y'all know us as the Buko Boys.
That's right. It's Easter weekend.
Oh, yeah. Happy...
We're going to go... Actually, Easter, Passover, and Ramadan.
Oh,
all in the same weekend. Which is very unusual, is what I heard. So, awesome. But we're going to go to our parents and have a barbecue. Not really. Not really barbecue. Yeah, here we are.
Kind of, sort of. I'm going to smoke some ribs and bring them over.
You're smoking ribs. Mom is roasting a turkey. We get twice a year. This is the second time. You're only allowed turkey twice a year. Easter and Thanksgiving. So eat it up while you can. That's going to be us. And I'm making vegetables and guacamole. So.
Oh, I'm getting some pies, too.
Oh, yeah. Pie. Apple pie. Easter apple pie.
Yeah.
Speaking of apple pie, we're gonna sample some desserts here in a second and talk about some local topics and things we've been doing. But what have you been up to, brother?
Myself?
Yeah.
Just my fishing.
You've been fishing.
Yeah, that's it. You know that. This is nothing new, really.
Okay.
What about you?
Nothing new. I've been busy, and we just released our Morbius movie review.
Oh, yeah.
During the week. So we watched Morbius. I know this week we're going to try to fit in the new Fantastic Beast movie. And we just watched the trailer for Doctor Strange and what's it called? The Multiverse?
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Did you see the Stranger Things trailer?
No, I didn't watch the Stranger Things yet.
Oh, I can't wait.
What is it showing? Tell me about it.
It's showing mystical creatures.
I heard there's a new bad guy that's
it kind of looks like it. I don't know who it is. I have my hunches because of what I saw in the trailer. I have my hunches of I don't know if I should say what it is or who it is. I'm gonna have to show it to you and I'll give you my thoughts on it. But I don't know. They said it's coming. They don't have a date though. I want to see the date. In the trailer that I saw, it just said it's coming. I'm like, when is the exact date it's being released? Because we are on hiatus since COVID, and I want to see.
It feels like it's been forever since the season 3.
I might need to rewatch them. I don't remember now.
It's probably been 3.
I told you I'm rewatching the Fantastic Beast movies because we're gonna watch the third one, and I don't remember much about the second one.
When I think about how much time has gone by, so if you remember, like the first season of Stranger Things came out, I think those kids were like 12,
maybe,
and now they're 18.
Yeah.
So 6 years have already gone by since the first season.
What's your face? Millie
Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. She just turned 18.
Yeah. Did you hear about people like men over sexualizing her 18th birthday? Like, that's kind of creepy.
They did that with the Olsen twins.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they do that with any like child actress.
Yeah.
I think it's super gross for like grown men, but I mean, I'm thinking, okay, maybe for 20-year-olds, that's maybe 20-year-olds.
Yeah, because they kind of grew up the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see that for being like 20, 21-year-olds. But yeah, I think over 25, that's disgusting. and then I think that's disgusting at that age. But then like once you're in your 30s, that age of difference don't matter anymore.
It's true. Yeah.
Then it's those teenage years that are just, it's too young.
Now Drake's getting flack for messaging her.
Oh yeah, well did you? I guess they've been friends and talk, and she had some interview where she mentioned that, and it was like
why is he messaging you?
Yeah,
why are you
that's
guys
kind of
friends?
weird.
But Drake's always clout chasing though. He's always trying to chase some clout.
She was like the new big thing in Hollywood, so he's trying to be like buddy.
Right, just to be in pictures. He probably I hope he's not thinking anything inappropriate with that.
Nothing's ever
teenager.
Came out like that.
Right, he's just a clout chaser.
Yeah, probably just trying to be the newest, the new, and the now.
Exactly. Well, let's we dive into what we got here.
All right, yeah. So we went to we got delivered by a huge fan.
Huge fan of the podcast.
Huge fan of the podcast. Thank you. So they dropped off some fudge for us to try, and this is from a local. It's a candy shop. It's a sweet shop.
Which we've talked about in the past. In fact, we did our whole different flavor soda episode.
That's like the first
episodes. Those early in
the first few episodes where
we're over 100 now, people.
Yeah, we're old.
But yeah, we went to this location. We had some different sodas from there, but they have a lot of nostalgic stuff as well. Some of the nostalgic candy. What would you run across there?
Oh, like some of those like
Hubba Bubba,
like those Band-Aid gums and
like candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You'll run into like the nostalgic stuff there, and also the new stuff as well. You're gonna find some, I don't know, Krabby Patties.
Well, you're also gonna get like your weird international stuff too. So you're gonna get like your Japanese Kit Kats and like European chocolates, and you're gonna get all that good stuff.
Plus, they make their own things. They also make caramel apples there, and fudge.
Yeah.
So we got some fudge. We got 3 flavors here.
This one's not fudge.
Oh,
these 2 are fudge. I think that's a cookie bar or something.
Okay.
So this is a root beer fudge, and then this one is called Wacky Worms because it's fudge with gummy worms in it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, let's give this a go, shall we?
Wait, what do you got there?
Root beer.
You got yourself some root beer? Okay.
Yeah, let's do some root beer.
We have to gnaw on this during the episode too. We have a little nibble. Oh, that's a strong smell. It smells it right away.
Yeah, I could smell it as soon as I open up the plastic.
Well, that's good.
Damn. It's been a while since I had fudge.
Yeah, there's a reason why you don't have a lot of fudge.
Because it's rich.
It's rich. Your teeth hurt. Mine do anyway.
You know what? Like, I think one of the main ingredients is powdered sugar.
This is Wacky Worms. It reminds me of those like gummy worm and dirt. That's like the theme. It's just like a chocolate. It's like a chocolate to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't taste any of the gummy worms because the chocolate kind of takes over.
But the chocolate, but it's good.
Probably fun for kids.
Yeah, have that candy mixed in.
Well, to be like, oh, there's worms in mud, meh.
But Sweet Shop is there in Harriman, and again, like if you're trying to find something different, like a different type of candy, like you were mentioning, those like Japanese.
They got cupcakes in there now too.
They have cupcakes.
I heard.
Interesting. So they got a lot of random stuff and the stuff that they make in store as well. So they're a fun shop, and like we mentioned, also they have different flavored sodas as well. It's a fun little shop to check out. Even just walking in, even if you don't buy anything, just to walk in and just see some of the things that are nostalgic are always fun to me. I always have a blast with that. But of course, I never walk out not buying anything, so I always get up with something. But thanks to our listener that dropped off some sweets for us. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good. Speaking of treats, though, we're going to keep going into it. We actually went to another sweet shop.
Oh, yes.
So
yes, we did.
We realized that Cherry Cheesecake Day was coming up. We didn't really catch that part. We thought just Cheesecake Day was coming up.
Oh, it's a specific cheesecake?
It's specifically
So is there a
cherry.
day for every cheesecake flavor out there?
Probably not. I mean, maybe strawberry. Cherry is the most popular.
Interesting.
Maybe strawberry is a second.
I think cherry is probably the most popular.
Yeah, so cherry cheesecake has its own day, and then cheesecake itself has its own day. So we didn't catch that was cherry cheesecake day. So we went to a cheesecake place. So glad we did though, because our friend Tim, who is our third co-host of the EVP podcast with us, he actually mentioned that his favorite cheesecake place is Momo's. They have 2 locations in Provo and in South Jordan. And we went to one in South Jordan because it's closer to us. So we went there. We weren't sure what to expect. And they have, when you go in to order.
There's like 3 sizes.
There we go, yeah.
So you got your like
Petite.
Big, well, yeah, you got your really, really small one.
Petite.
And then you got, what's the next one? Mini?
Cutie.
Or cutie. And then you got Personal. What did we do? The Petites.
Which, you got a 4-pack. You get a little deal when you get the 4-pack.
And even those really small ones, I would say, is about like 4 big bites.
Yeah. Each one, yeah.
Yeah, each one is about 4 big bites because it's thick and they come in circles. And man, those things are delicious.
Yeah, we went with a 4-pack. We thought it was the best way to try different flavors at once, which we were right about.
Yeah, man. And these cheesecakes aren't tasting like your traditional cheesecake or what you would expect, because I was expecting like, you get that heavy cheese. It's like a heavy cheesy taste,
right?
Like a cream cheese.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that. This is like a smooth, silky.
They call it creamy. Creamy cheesecake is what they call it.
I would say, to me, this is just me saying it. I think it's more of like a milk cake.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
And I mean, if you said that, if someone told me these are milk cakes, I'd be intrigued. And
I don't know what milk cake is. I think of tres leches when I hear you say that, but I don't know what a milk cake is.
I don't know either. I'm just saying. I'm just making it up because it doesn't taste like cheese to me.
All right.
It tastes milky though, but it sure shit don't. But I don't taste the cheesecake, and I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it was different, and it was smooth, it was silky, and I'm definitely going back.
They do have bigger sizes. You have to pre-order them 48 hours in advance, and they also do catering. So if you want to have them cater, they also will do wedding cheesecakes. So they can do 1, 2, or 3 tier wedding cheesecakes. So you can check them out. We'll put their description in the description of this podcast, actually. But yeah, we went with 4 flavors. What was your favorite?
Name the flavors off again that we had.
So we had Reese's Cup, and then we had mixed berries. So basically, it was like a traditional cheesecake with mixed berries on top. Mm-hmm. We had the raspberry lime.
Okay.
And passion fruit.
Ooh, the passion fruit was one of the best.
That was my favorite.
And then the peanut butter was also really good.
And I thought the peanut butter, I should have had that one first, because I felt like all the fruity flavors kind of just overtook the power of my palate. So it was hard for me to really taste the Reese's and peanut butter. So I was like, oh, I should have started with Reese's and then ended with the high flavor of the fruit ones.
That's what I did, and I was smart for doing it.
Yes.
I know my way around sugar.
Yeah. You know what you're doing. Your first rodeo with cheesecake.
Yeah, I know. That's my first milk cake. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It was very good. We were actually talking to the owner's parents. The owner is Momo, or Maureen, and she came up with all these recipes. She wanted a different style of cheesecake, so that's why she wanted.
And I like it. Good job.
Yeah. And then her parents actually they prepare the cheesecakes. They're in the South Jordan location, whipping them up from her recipes. I thought that was pretty cool. So it's a family-owned business, and it was very cool. It was really good. Passion fruit and the raspberry lime actually had it.
Do they change flavors constantly too?
Great question. I believe they said they do. They have some constants, and then they might bring in a few, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'll definitely go back and try some more though, because there's a whole other side of flavors we didn't try yet.
That's true. We only got 4, and they have 8. Yeah, out there right now, and they also they actually can do combinations. Again, they need like 48-hour notice, but if you want to like mix and match a couple things, they'll do it for you. If you're like, oh, I want the I don't know, I want the raspberry lime, but I want that layer of passion fruit on top. They can do that. So.
Ooh, I had a good idea.
Yes.
Because we did that raspberry lime one.
Yes.
When we were eating that, I thought if it was a key lime with raspberry, that would be.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
It's just an idea. Just throwing it out there. See if it sticks.
Like a something citrusy is what you're saying. Like a key lime or a lemon.
Or even a lemon. Yes, I was just gonna say that. Or kumquat. Try kumquat.
Yeah, that's a different.
I've never seen it. I've never seen a kumquat.
You don't see much kumquat flavors of anything.
No, not at all. Somebody needs to start utilizing this.
Have some of this kumquat flavored.
What'd you call me?
Cheesecake. But yeah, so Momo's was good. Sweet Shop Fudge is good, which is funny enough because your nickname is Fudgy.
For you.
Remember when I called you Fudgy? It caught on.
To like maybe 5 of your friends, or our friends, all just girls.
So mad.
It was just a weird name, man.
Oh god.
It wasn't even. I don't know. Maybe
I called you Fudgy. It caught on for a little bit.
Not even that dark.
What's that?
So not even that dark. More like a caramel.
You're dulce de leche Fudgy.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, Jesus, hilarious. All right. So check out Momo's. Check out the Sweet Shop. I think you won't be disappointed. We'll do the testing for you.
Yeah, I'll make sure it's not poisonous, and you're safe.
So a couple things coming up right now. The Red Butte Garden just announced all their concert series coming up.
Have you ever been to one of those?
I haven't. Have you?
Actually, no. I think there was 2 times where I was going to go, and something happened where I didn't go. So
okay.
No, I've never been.
So they just announced the concert series, the first, and you can buy tickets for some now. Some are going on sale now. The first concert will be May 18th. That's the first one coming up, and there's some ones that I'm familiar with. There's a lot that I'm not familiar with. For example, ZZ Top is coming, Bare Naked Ladies, Chris Isaak and Lyle Lovett. I might be interested in going to that one. Spearhead is coming. I might be interested in Spearhead.
Joss Stone might be good.
Josh Stone might be good. So yeah, there's some ones coming up here. They're really popular. Bonnie Raitt, she's coming. The Black Crowes. I'm just kind of skimming through this. So yeah, there's quite a few that Melissa Etheridge, she'll be the closing one on September 20th. So she'll be the closing one September 20th. So there's some upcoming concert series if you like that kind of more mellow vibe out into the Red Butte Garden. That's going to be coming up.
That's outdoor style.
Yeah, it's going to be outdoor. Down there. So yeah, that's what's coming up soon. So if you guys are interested, go get your tickets now. We're going to be going to Dave Chappelle in a couple of days. We did get our tickets for Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, that's just on Tuesday.
Yeah, so
that's gonna be dope.
So this week we're gonna go there. We're pretty excited. I actually was just showing my wife. I was like, "Hey, you need to watch some of the stand-up." She doesn't know who Dave Chappelle is. And when I told her the price of the tickets we paid for, she was like, "What?" I'm like, "But we're down." Like, that's exactly what he'd say. What?
Here, let me show you.
So I was like, let me show you the Chappelle show. And she's not a fan. She's not a fan of the Chappelle show. But she's not.
I love it. I love that.
I do too. And I get it. Some of the jokes are they're not hitting as good. 10, 15 years later.
Comedy evolves. I mean,
yeah. But there's some that was like that's pretty good. That's pretty funny right there. That's some good stuff. So she wasn't a big fan of the Chappelle show. So I started playing some of his recent stand up from Netflix, and yeah, she was liking that. So she's excited for the concert coming up. We do like comedy shows, so
I can't wait for this one.
It's gonna be.
I've always wanted to see Dave Chappelle live.
I know it's gonna be pretty awesome.
It was worth it. It was worth spending all this money for.
We're down pretty close, I think. So we're excited.
He's a huge fan of the show.
Hey, Dave Chappelle, thank you again for supporting the podcast. I'm pretty sure he'll mention us during his act.
Oh yeah, he'll probably point us out. And
yeah,
it'll be embarrassing.
But we're used to it.
Another thing coming up next weekend, actually, FitCon.
Yeah,
this has been something that I was a part of when they first started. The first year when I was working for Dannon, I got Dannon to be a sponsor and put big money into it. To where the second year was one of the main sponsors. I don't know if the main, but they did put a huge amount down. And because I was the one that kind of introduced it, I was spearheading the whole thing for Dannon and their booth and getting volunteers involved, and it was a lot of work during the whole thing, like 3 days, because you had to do setup Thursday, then run the whole thing Friday and Saturday. It was a lot of running around. I remember, that thing was busy. It was crazy busy, but it was fun because you got to meet a whole lot of people, a whole lot of vendors. I got a few pictures with some fitness celebrities.
I have a picture with Sean T.
Oh God, you love him so bad.
I do love Sean T.
Did you guys make out after that picture?
His husband was there, so we did not. Oh. But if he wasn't,
you totally would have kissed him.
Good chance. 'Cause I was stalking him. There was a good chance.
You're just staring at him.
We would have shaved the heads together.
What's he doing now? I don't even see him anymore.
Oh, he doesn't have a shaved head anymore.
Does he do infomercials still?
No, he still does the Beachbody stuff. And
you guys still talk?
We've been out of touch, but he's a huge fan of the podcast. That's what's important. He listens to every episode, downloads and listens to every episode. But him and his husband adopted 2 kids and twins. They've been busy.
He's training them to be fit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I usually follow him on. I followed him on Twitter a long time ago, and I have not followed him on the gram or anything. Maybe I should, because I don't go on Twitter too much.
I had a picture with Jay Cutler. He's huge into the bodybuilding scene since the early '90s. Yeah, mid '90s. He
took over from Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, God, these guys have been in this forever.
Yeah, look at Ronnie Coleman now, though.
Well, yeah, he's in a wheelchair now.
Sometimes his whole back is fused together.
Just all that weight, huh?
Yeah,
it's all that weight, just pressure on the bones, just. too much.
Your discs are not made to be holding all that weight. I got degenerative discs. In fact, when my doctor told me when I had degenerative, when I actually found out that what my back problems were degenerated discs, and they were just bulging onto a nerve. He actually was telling me, he's like, actually, you know what? About 90% of people living today have degenerative discs. They just don't really realize it because they're not doing
strenuous.
They're not doing strenuous stuff. But he's like, yours just happens to be where when it bulges on a nerve, and so you definitely know what's happening. But most people, they have it all the time. They just, it's not bothering them. So yeah, but when you're putting up, hundreds of pounds of weight above your head, yeah, it's not too good for your discs.
Well,
funny enough,
you gotta pick up heavy shit and put it down to be
that huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, they got some competitions coming up. So say the dates.
This Friday and Saturday, which is
22nd and 23rd.
22nd, 23rd. Yes.
So just looking at some of the events coming up, and if you've never been to maybe tell people what it's like if it's their first time going. They're like, I want to go to the FitCon. I want to see what it's like. What is it like when you walk in?
Okay, well, it's always evolving. So every year it's kind of adapting to what they learned from the previous year. Because they ended up installing like a whole ninja course, and I don't know if they're doing that whole ninja course this year, but they might have learned from that and they're doing sections of that. I know one year they did like a whole section for recovery that Dannon sponsored, where there was just like all these foam rollers and all this stuff for the athletes to go to. I don't know if they're going to do that anymore.
Those were for people that finished the CrossFit competitions.
Yeah, the competitions that did so the competitions are evolving too. So now they're going to be doing sumo wrestling events.
We'll get into all of these.
So
events,
I mean,
but just tell people again if they're walking in, what are they going to experience? Like mention that, because that's always the
booths.
same.
You're going to have vendor booths, just like any other expo. There's going to be vendors there to sell their products, which I love doing that because there's always swag. There's
free stuff.
You get to learn about stuff. You learn about the products and things that you didn't really know about too much, and you might want to invest into. So there's always cool stuff there. Then there's going to be panels where people are going to be talking, so you can check those times and locations. They're at the same place, so you can make it to those panels on time. And like I said, then there's events. There's going to be like certain competitions. So there's speakers, competitions, vendors, booths to walk around and check things out. There's a few game things too, like axe throwing.
Yeah, we'll get into all the events in a second, like I said.
Okay.
So mention to people where it's at, the time.
All right, so now it's going to be at the Salt Palace, and then it starts, let's see, from Friday it's 2 to 9, and on Saturday from 10 to 6.
And you go to fitcon.com to get tickets. So let me tell you some of the competitions that they're going to have. I'm not going to list all of them, but some of the ones that I kind of find interesting. They are going to do the American Ninja Warrior.
Okay, so
course.
Look, this one's called the Minor League Ninja, American Minor League Ninja. So it got recognized, it looks like.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, it sounds like if you pass this, you can go on to maybe the TV show.
All right.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, minor leagues, that sounds pretty up there in ninja courses.
I doubt it. Okay, they're going to do, you already mentioned axe throwing, and you already mentioned sumo wrestling. So go to the website and see all the dates and times for those. They're going to do arm wrestling. They're going to do some wrestling, like amateur type of professional. Do you call it professional wrestling? Imitated wrestling? What do you call that? WWE stuff. Okay?
Yeah, that's fun wrestling. But the arm wrestling stuff, man, that stuff scares me because I'm scared of hearing bone snap.
Yeah.
You've seen those videos?
Yes.
Yeah, that scares the shit out of me.
There was that series I used to watch.
And it was just one after another compilation of them, or what?
No. There was a series, and there was these teams, these arm wrestling teams, and they traveled to each other's cities.
I remember that when you would watch that.
It was pretty good.
I watched a couple with you.
And I would be kind of scared, though. They're going to have boxing. They're going to have MMA and Muay Thai fights. They're going to do a strongman competition, powerlifting competitions. They're also going to do parkour, table tennis, a gauntlet course.
New.
And the one thing that I think is the newest that I've never heard of, and I'm kind of interested to see how this lays out and look at the dates for this, but they're going to do armored combat. So basically, people are dressing up like knights in armor suits, and they have shields and swords they're wielding at each other.
I want to do it.
I definitely want to check this out into
I'm
more
sure these
details.
are blunt swords. They're not sharp.
Oh, of course. They're not trying to kill anybody. They're just... It's a competition.
Yeah. I wonder how you score. I wonder if you got to get them under the armor to score.
I don't know, but it'll be interesting. This is going to be both days. And a lot of these events are extra tickets, by the way. You know, those are a little extra price sometimes to go watch those. I know in previous times, if you wanted to watch some of the MMA fights, those were extra. You had to buy an extra ticket to go and sit down and watch those fights. But some were free too, so you never know. Go to the website, look what you're interested in, and see if it's going to be free and included, or if it's an extra ticket you have to pay for.
Would you dress up in armor and fight someone? If they offered it to you, if they said, "Hey, dress up, we got somebody here that wants to fight you."
If they're like
and they started calling you a little bitch. They're like, "Hey, bald headed bitch, get over here."
I'm like, how dare you? I have to defend my honor. Yes.
Did you take your glove out and smack him across the face?
Yeah, I have to defend my honor at that point. even if they're experienced and I'm not experienced, and if they are experienced, I would say no at first, but they start calling me out. I have to defend my honor as a knight and say, "Don't you know who I am? I'm Derek, son of Gregory. I will duel with you."
I think it would be fun. I would totally do it. You know how I'd start every fight?
How?
Push kick.
Oh, push kick, yeah.
Push kick.
Yeah.
And then there's like a turtle stuck, and then stab right in.
You know how I do it? Throw dirt in their eye.
They're blind can of tuna.
Yeah.
And then push kick.
That's what I would do. Push kick. Oh, I had a dream I got in a big fight last night.
Could you throw punches?
I was doing some crazy stuff. You want to hear what I was doing?
Yeah, let's hear about it.
So I had this dream. I'm like, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm like in the Middle East or something like that, okay? And I'm with some of my boys, and we're sitting on the bench. And all these, there's like a bunch of cafe and restaurants, and they all have like benches and tables and chairs outside that people can eat out on the sidewalk. And I'm with some of my boys, and by the way, these are not my boys. Like,
they're just random people.
They're just dream boys.
your dream boys.
Boys of my dreams. I don't know who these guys are, but they're supposed to be my boys, all right? So this other group come up to us. Like, they want to walk down the sidewalk. So I'm
not in front of us.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not the antagonizers in my dream.
Okay.
You're thinking of my 20s. No. So I kind of like cross my legs so that they can go past. Another one of my friends kind of moves out of the way, but they're just staring at us. So I finally like, "What's your problem, man? Like, we're moved out of your way. Like, what's your problem?" And they finally just kind of like roll their eyes at us and walk off. Like, where's these guys? I know. Anyway, we go into this building, and now all of a sudden I'm with another group of friends, and these are not my friends in real life, by the way.
These are the Jets.
These are my paranormal investigating friends.
Oh, okay.
So I got my meathead friends and my paranormal investigating friends. So I'm with my paranormal investigating friends. We're investigating this house. And anyway, it was pretty haunted in my dream. Okay, weird stuff was happening. Like we fogged up a window or a mirror, and it was like writing on the mirror. It was pretty interesting stuff. Okay, I come down from the haunted section of the house, go down to the main floor, and it's a restaurant, and people are dining. I'm like, "Hey, where's my boys at?" And then I see them in the corner, and I see these guys, the guys that were out on the street. And one of them has this big garbage can. He's running in and throws it. It hits one of my friends in the head. I'm like, I gotta make way. I gotta go through here. And I start fighting these guys. And I'm fighting 4-on-1. And I'm kicking their asses. And one of the guys, he was the one that gave us dirty looks on the street, you know?
Oh, he's gonna get it.
Oh, I'm like, "Wait, are you the one giving me dirty looks?" And I grabbed him by his throat, and I was just dragging him around, slamming him against walls. And I'm like, "Where's all my friends at?" I'm like kicking 4 guys' asses by myself. And I'm like thinking, my wife's gonna be so proud of me. She's gonna think I'm such a badass.
She's gonna my D soak.
I'm kicking these 4 guys' ass all by myself, and with ease. I'm push kicking some of these guys. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm push kicking some of these guys and throwing them into walls with my bare hands. And then I woke up and I told my wife about it. She was like, "Did you think you were pretty badass?" I'm like, "I kind of did. Kind of felt like I was badass. But I thought you'd be proud of me in my dream." So it was a nice mix of fighting and paranormal investigating all in one.
Welcome back to reality.
This will be a new series on Discovery Plus. It'll be paranormal investigating and street fighting, because that's what they're into nowadays.
Yeah, you're gonna take the ghosts out to the street and fight them like a real man.
Yeah. I'll tell you more details about the paranormal investigating part of the dream.
All right.
It's pretty cool. I wish it had really happened. All right, moving on to reality. Some sucker got arrested for being a sucker. So if you don't know, in Utah, it's illegal to gamble. And you've probably seen some of these gas stations that have these machines.
Because little slot machines.
Little slot machines. Do you get anything from those?
So they give you printouts. They give you win points, and they give you a printout, and you take the printout to the cashier, and then they cash you out.
Oh, they cash you out.
Or you can use it to redeem for like food or something.
Okay. So I remember like a few years ago, there was a whole big sting operation with these. Mm-hmm. And so you don't really see them very often, but you see them once in a while. And I think they try to like, you know, finagle it a little bit, like to be. Good example is I used to have friends that would go into these poker tournaments, and they'd win, and they would win prizes. So for example, they would win a TV, but you don't want the TV, so they buy the TV from you.
Oh, okay.
See, so that's kind of, you know, you can kind of work around that a little bit. Like, oh, you just won this kayak. Well, I don't do kayak stuff. Okay, we'll just buy it back from you then for the price. So that's kind of the thing that they did. And I guess what these machines were doing, like you were getting points and just cashing them out for money. Mm-hmm. So we can't do that. You can't do that. That's gambling.
Well,
right? Because you're exchanging money for money.
It's just stupid that it's illegal here, anyways.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Do you think we should have gambling?
Yeah,
of some sort. Because even I mean, there's so many variations of gambling, and not every state has every. I mean, Las Vegas is going to have, or Nevada is going to have a ton of options, and I don't know if it's by county or by state, or I don't know how it's regulated, honestly.
So it's by state, and it's like they use that money that people spend, like for lotto tickets or the money that's generated from the casinos paying their taxes on all that. They go towards, you know, the city and the social things. So like, you know, teachers get some of that, the police department, you know, all these things can be better off with people's money for gambling.
Okay.
And for Utah not allowing it and all this, like, so you can go to even a more conservative state than Utah and go to Idaho.
Yeah, Wyoming.
And buy lotto tickets.
Right.
And same with Wyoming. Doesn't make sense why Utah wouldn't do that. And then Nevada, which allows all sorts of gambling. I mean,
does Arizona have gambling?
On reservations, I know
on
they
reservations, do. Okay.
Because like even in Utah, there's reservations here, but they're so far away from anything. They wouldn't make sense to put them on a reservation.
Right. So, what would you think would be a good form of gambling for our state?
I think they should open it up to the lotto.
I think lotto's a good one.
I think the lotto would be good. Because
you don't get too crazy. I can see where they're trying to just make sure no one gets too crazy with like slots and cards. Those can get a little addictive. You know, people's always trying to one up it. But you know, with the lotto tickets and the scratch offs, those aren't too bad. That wouldn't be a bad one to incorporate here.
Yeah,
they might. I could see that happening.
There would be I mean, think about how many people are spending their money in other states. They're driving. So many different companies have employees that will, like, you know, all the employees will get together and to a pool.
Chip in, yeah,
they'll go get tickets up in Idaho.
I never like that.
But it's just the state could make so much money. There's so like all these states. So there's like Wendover that's on the Utah-Nevada border, as well as Mesquite. Mm-hmm. I would say the majority of the people there are from Utah. I'd say the vast majority, 70% plus, is Utah. So why isn't Utah using that to make money? It just doesn't make sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do. If they're going to legalize marijuana, they can legalize gambling.
Yeah, you'd think.
I think they might. I think it's just a time, but I don't think maybe it's brought up enough though. Like the whole marijuana thing that was heavily discussed and brought up and things like that.
Because Utah is like one of the biggest opioid states. It's insane how Utah.
Right, but I'm just saying no one talked about gambling though. It's not a big topic. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I bet if it became a big topic, for whatever reason, just because like, hey, why not? It could bring a lot of good revenue into the state. It could, you know, there's. You know, look at these other states that are, you know, what are the pros and cons? I mean, I don't know the pros and cons. You probably need to weigh that out to really see the difference. But yeah, I think it could definitely happen in our lifetime. I'm surprised marijuana became legal in our lifetimes. I'm like, yeah.
I was too. I was actually very...
So I see a very high possibility that it does become legal, and I think it should. I think some form of gambling. And I think slot, or not slot. I think
it's stupid for the state to micromanage. Like the state this state micromanages its residents heavily. Mm-hmm. Gambling being one of them. It's your money. You want to spend it, and the state is telling you how you can spend it.
Right.
Free country, my ass.
So anyway, back to this convenience store. It's called Pennywise. It's downtown.
Okay, area. I've heard of this. I know exactly where this is.
Yeah. So the manager, he was charged with 5 counts of having fringe gaming devices, and 4 third-degree felonies. So what they were doing in this convenience store is most of them that I saw would have like 1, 2, or 3 machines. They had 5 stations with 4 machines at each station. So 20 machines were in this convenience store. It's kind of a lot. Okay. Especially downtown.
House always wins.
House always wins.
So they're making a killing off this. I could see how the police probably don't like them having that just because it draws in a lot of meth heads.
Yeah, especially in that area too.
Well, any gas station that you see these in, anytime the people playing it are meth heads.
And they're there for hours.
They haven't slept in days.
Yeah.
And they look and smell just like that. And, I mean, these store managers welcome that because they're just like, hell yeah, spend all your stupid money here, big dummy. We'll lose some more teeth and come back. So... I could see how police and other people in the community want those gone. Those charges are kind of heavy. Those are hefty charges.
Those are.
I don't know if maybe they've had multiple run-ins and he's just not listening and just got more.
Well, this is a 5-month sting that they were doing, the police, and they're not sure how long he's been the manager of this store. So he didn't necessarily even start this, but he just is the manager at the time of the bust. So yeah, I mean those are.
So he's not even the owner.
No, it said manager.
Yeah. So what the hell? The manager getting all.
I don't know. I mean, this is just a court case, so who knows how it goes. But that's what he's charged with right now.
Yeah, those are hefty fines. I think it's pretty stupid for them to even do a sting operation. I think they should just go and go, hey, look, these are pretty illegal, so we're going to toss these out.
Maybe they want to just make sure it's just people are... So I guess what they're calling it gambling devices because they're putting money in and they're winning money back in exchange.
Okay, they want to see how the operation is like under the table style.
Maybe, yeah. So they're probably just kind of watching, observing. Just get, they're going to collect
because they're getting the gist of the legal way it's supposed to run.
And they're probably not in there every single day. They might get, caught. So they're not in there every single day. Probably they're in there maybe a couple times a week, and then they just getting their notes together. And like, all right, busted.
I mean, it's obvious. You just walk in and see that and be like, okay, this is shady. That's a for real slot machine.
Yeah. So what I think is funny is that these 5 little stations with 4 machines at each station, 20 in total consoles. They call them quote unquote amusement devices.
Oh yeah.
Thinking, that's how we're gonna skirt because you can call it whatever you want.
You can call it an arcade game.
You can call it an arcade game. You can call it a Nickelodeon for all you want to call it. But they're gonna look at what the facts are and say, this is the facts.
You won money.
Yeah.
And this is Utah, and you
can't do that.
We don't let you do that.
So yeah. Even though you might think it should be lawful, guess what? Right now it's not. So you can't do it.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, I think it was funny. It's like the people that are like on social media and they have like they're doing something, they're doing that exercise, they're having a birthday party, they're having a DJ, and there's music playing, right? And then they put, I do not have rights to this music.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as putting, these are amusement devices. Hey, you can do whatever you want. You can put whatever you want. It doesn't mean it's right. If you put that, I do not own the rights to this music, that actually tells them, so you should be getting the rights to this music, but you don't care. You're posting it anyway. That's what it says.
I don't know anybody who's ever been hit up by somebody famous telling them, hey, you can't be playing that music in the background. I think it's only people that stop anybody from doing that is YouTube. And YouTube just takes the video out because...
And you can appeal it.
Yeah. But for when people do like a Facebook Live,
Yeah, yes.
And there's like music playing in the background.
Uh-huh.
I don't own the rights to this. Shut up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Shut up.
Yeah, because you saying that says you know you should get the rights, but you decided not to get the rights anyway and still put the music in the background, even though you didn't purposely put the music in the background. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't have it in the background then.
I'll tell you right now, Chris Brown ain't calling your ass to tell you to take that down. I'll tell you right now.
The thing is, you're only getting like 15 likes. And none of those 15 people that like it are going to report you. So don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Your 15 likes are not going to get you in trouble. So,
T-Pain ain't worried about making money off your 2-like video.
I have had a few of my videos flagged, though. One was when we announced to our parents that my wife was pregnant for Christmas. I had some Christmas music playing with the video.
Who
the thing
flagged
is,
it?
I don't know, but I
mean,
put it
Facebook or was it YouTube?
I put it together on my phone with there's an iPhone app that comes with the phone, and so I just kind of clipped some music from Christmas music. So they kind of just flagged it, but they just said, "Hey, we might put ads in this, and we'll profit from these ads," because I think it was getting a lot of views.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, whatever, I don't care. And then another one was a Buko Boys post. It was the one where we did the first Choco Challenge, and we did it on our phone. We did it on the iMovie app.
Okay. I remember that.
And it makes it look like a movie trailer.
Yes.
And so Sony, speaking of Sony, they're the ones that flagged our video.
Why?
Because they were saying that we used one of their songs. I'm like, no, I had to appeal it. So you probably didn't notice this. I had to appeal.
That's crazy.
This just happened within the last 2 months. This has happened.
Really?
This is recent, yeah. And so I had to appeal to Instagram and to Sony, and I had to just say, hey, this is stupid. We made this. This is a movie trailer from the iMovie app that comes pre-built into my iPhone, and everything was done in through there. And so they dropped it and let me put it back
They probably
up.
Felt stupid after that.
Yeah.
Who the hell does Sony employ that's their job?
I don't know.
To go around and watch videos to see who
and the
to
thing
sue.
is, it wasn't music. It wasn't like a song.
It was like an intro.
It was just like music playing in the background.
That's like if we did something like a video and it did like the Avengers, like dun, dun,
right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was just like that. It was just a tune that no one owns. I mean, I guess you could say Apple owns it, but they
owns it, but they give it away.
They give it away because it's in the app, free on your phone to use.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Sony was trying to claim like, oh, this
F
is
you,
ours.
Sony.
Yeah,
suck it.
I can't wait till Marvel kicks your ass.
Yeah.
Disney owns all your shit.
Yeah, I can't wait till Disney buys you. Piece of shit.
Trying to flag the Buko boys.
The only thing you got going on for you is Spider-Man, bitch.
That's what keeps Dale coming around. That's what keeps
minus the last word.
That's what keeps Dale sniffing around your yard. Is that Spider-Man ownership?
Yeah, it's all the only way you're gonna get my money.
Oh, that's funny. Awesome. So yeah. Anyway, upcoming events coming up. Check those out. We'll put the info in our description of the podcast.
Well, should we call that an episode?
Thanks for listening and watching.
Peace out, everybody.